you evaluate?
I mean, it's just like we forever evolving. Like I said before, I don't feel like we have a ceiling. We just gonna keep pushing and keep, being a better version of ourselves. The week before, we gave up 7 points. That was easily, something that we could have prevented, but it's something that we got to learn from.
How would you evaluate the way that Matthew Stafford's playing right now?
I mean, when you got like a quarterback like that, like a first ballot Hall of Fame, where you just know like he gonna go out there, he gonna put up points. It makes it easy on us. But we know like every time we come down to the sideline, we can take a little breather, we can take a little breath, and we just gotta go out there and hold them down.
You said you wanted
some of those
to put on a
throws
show
surprise
for
you?
Aaron Donald tonight. I feel like you guys came through and did that.
I feel like we definitely did. I feel like we left a lot of plays on the field. Be wiser, sack. They got called back. We got to be better on the back end. But, on the front end, I'm not going to hold myself irresponsible either. There was a couple sacks I had. I could have ended the game with probably about 4 or 5 if I just did my job. So we all got to be better.
But on a night you guys are 199, you had 2 of the 4 sacks. Did that mean something extra to you?
I mean, it definitely did. Knowing AD, having a good relationship with him, knowing that he's always, been there for me if I have any questions. So just to show out with him in the stands, him in the box, wherever he was hitting away, it was good.
What's it like for you right now to rush the passer and see the plays in the back end that guys like Colby and Emmanuel are making?
Oh, it makes you feel very good because now the quarterback's got to take it, do a little pump fake, hold the ball a little bit longer. He holds it a little bit longer. We're coming after him. Like, we're coming.
With these performances against the Bucs and now the Seahawks and back-to-back weeks, what statement do you think you guys have made as a defense?
I feel like we definitely made a strong, statement that, we're one of the best in the league, if not the best. My personal opinion, I'm going to say we're the best, but we could have given up the most points in the league. I still say we're the best. So, I feel like we're definitely dominating. Speaking about last week, I feel like we could have held them a lot less points. We gave up too many points, but, holding them to just a bunch of field goals. If they can't get in the end zone, they can't win.
As much time as there is left in this season, it's still important to be #1 seed right now, isn't it? And going into Thanksgiving, not a bad way to start the whole league.
I just found out we was #1 seed. I don't listen to all that stuff. I don't even open up Twitter or nothing like that. People be getting on my ass, so I don't say shit. I don't be looking at that. But knowing that we able to do that, it's just we gotta keep elevating every week.
This video of AD.
I mean, it feels good, but that's what we expected. I feel like we've lost 2 games that we should have won. If we're a little bit better on defense, I can't hold the offense accountable. That's on us.
They showed Aaron just getting pumped up, after one of your sacks. What do you think he's going to tell you after this one?
I feel like he's going to tell me you got to make the rest of the plays. He's going to tell me straight up, you had a couple more than you could have had, and you just held it down a little bit more. But I think I'll give him my grace too.
At this point where you guys are, is this the best you've seen this defense thus far? Especially with I know you guys got 6 games to go, but right now, is this the best you've seen them do this? You guys do this far?
But it's definitely. I feel like this is one of the strongest standings we've had. I feel like there's a couple plays we could have been better at, but I feel like this is something that against the offense that they're known for putting up the points. I mean, last week against Buffalo they put up 38 or something like that, like a huge amount. So it was good to kind of hold them down.
Yeah. That's definitely for me. I mean, come on. No, that was really cool. That was a great design. Matthew made another amazing throw, so those MVP chants are definitely well deserved. So excited for him and excited for his team. Yeah. It just gives you so much confidence. He's in there hearing 37 different words every single play, and he's repeating them to us perfectly. And he just has complete control. So it's a lot of fun to be in the huddle and to play with a guy like that.
What's it been like to be a part of this offense?
Yeah, it's been really fun. As you can tell, we're doing whatever it takes every single week to get the win. So a lot of fun. Sean and Mike do a great job getting the plan together every single week, all the coaches. So it's been really fun.
It's pretty impressive what you guys are doing in the first quarter of the past 5 games. How does that help? What does that do for this team when to start quick like that?
I mean, that's a huge emphasis for us, is to getting off to a good start. Obviously, the defense did a great job getting that stop early on and we're able to go down and score. So it just helps open up the entire offense when you're able to get out to an early lead. It opens up the whole playbook, and you're not playing from behind, which is a great place to be.
It's easy to downplay being #1 seed with so much time left, but
Sure.
you still got to do a lot to get there.
Yeah.
Now it's in your control. I mean, where does that feel?
It's not nothing, that's for sure. We've done a great job of responding to those 2 early losses, and we just take it 1 week at a time. We're not worried about playoffs yet. We're not worried about anything like that. So we're just trying to beat the Panthers next week and and we'll go from there.
What does it say though about you guys?
It's just a resilient group, a really selfless group. You can see when anyone scores, everyone's excited, everyone's celebrating. It's a ton of fun to be a part of. So, like I said, we're just looking forward to next week and try to do it again.
It's become part of his trademark, but that no-look pass to you for the touchdown by Matthew. I mean, you can't be looking at his eyes because the ball can come in at any time. But what is that like when he's looking down?
Honestly, when I first got here, it took me by surprise. Pretty good. There'll be times where I think that he's throwing it somewhere else and the ball kind of jumps on you. But always stay ready with 9. You never know when that ball's coming, where it's coming. But it's always going to be on time and where you want it. So,
Three touchdowns in 3 weeks for you. Where do you feel about the way that you're contributing to this offense right now?
like I said, this whole group offensively is so selfless. It's not about me scoring another touchdown. It's not about anyone else scoring a touchdown. It's about us being successful on the field, and whatever that takes. If it's blocking, if it's catching the ball, if it's pass protection, whatever it takes. Especially, I mean, the tight end room. We are such a great group of guys. It's so much fun to be a part of that group, and it could be any of us out there. So this week it was me. We'll see what happens next week. It could be any of us, and like I said, it's just a fun, selfless group to be part of.
Overall, how would you describe the way you guys came out against this Buccaneers team that's a really good football team?
I think the motto in the locker room before the game was right from the jump. From the first play, we feel like we knew what we wanted to go out and execute our game plan. It was just the amount of intensity and the consistency that we were going to show after that first play.
How would you describe the way what Matthew Stafford has been doing, especially at his age?
I guess the only way I really know how to describe it is he's on a heater right now. I'm like you don't mess up the flow, you don't mess up the energy. You look and you nod yes, and you know that he's gonna go out there and make the right play. So it's been so fun to watch him operate and lead this offense because it feels like we're hitting on all cylinders.
What makes him so special?
I think his attention to detail is something that he never misses an opportunity to be on the same page with not me, Tay, with and the receivers, the lineman, the tight end. He takes those opportunities to make sure that the communication is on point, so it allows for success.
Speaking of the communication, Davante has 9 touchdowns in his last 5 games. So do you think the relationship between him and Matthew is just getting better?
I believe so. I'm like, we're hitting outside of the red zone now, so I'm like, the defenses are having nightmares for sure. I'm like, whether we're inside the 20 or whether we're outside, we're in the plus area. Like, the ball's going to find 1-7 and he's going to find a way to get in the end zone. So it's something that's working for our offense, and we'll continue to put pressure on defenses to make them guard every ounce of the field.
Can you put in perspective what 27 touchdowns between interceptions, how tough that is?
Man, like there's not a lot of misses out there, and the misses that it's not going to the other team. So as a wide receiver and as an offense, you feel very pleased with those numbers, and you know that, man, it's an opportunity for us. The more confidence he has out there to throw the ball, the more confidence we have to go out there and pluck it out of the air.
I don't mean to put pressure on you or anything because he's standing right there, but 17 and 12 has to be the best combination in the league right now at wide receiver, don't you think?
I agree with that statement. I agree with that statement. It's an opportunity for us to go out there and put it on tape every single week, and I know when Sunday comes around, 1-2 and 1-7, we'll be ready.
You guys have been in a lot of turnovers lately. Some previous game, you had one, and then I think Colby had one. What does it do for this defense and the confidence that you guys have?
I think the confidence comes from the preparation and the work we put in all week, and it allows us to go out there for us to put ourselves in position to make those plays. So it's definitely a confidence booster, and it helps the offense also. So yeah.
So a lot of guys run off the field and all excited because of the way they're playing. How would you describe the way you guys are playing right now?
We got a young defense, so we go out there and just have fun. Honestly, like you got to remember it's a kids game, so we go out there and have fun with each other, and also do our job. So yeah, it's very fun to go out there and play with that defense.
But overall, team-wise, you guys have the best record in the NFC, right?
Yeah. Team-wise, we play complementary football, so we playing good on all 3 phases of the ball, and it's a big confidence booster when you go in and week and do your job. So yeah. Thank you.